slice, glue, paint, enjoy.
Good day to you all. So, Craig here, Cragum, yes, MrCragum. I thought I'd do a little, it's because I've not done this much in the past. I thought I'd do this now, because why not? Why not show you what I'm working on? So, Imperial Guard. If you maybe check my Instagram feed out and things like that, you'll notice quite a lot of my Guard army is painted now, of which I will be doing a video to show you the kind of the painted models off in nice scenery shots, things like that. But that's what, obviously that's not where Warhammer ends, because Warhammer ends with models being continuously painted. So, sorry, there's boring screen at the front. There's some hands. So first off, this is what I've been working on. So first we have 2 Scout Sentinels, which are kind of joining the foray. So I currently have 2 armoured Sentinels, but I quite like the idea of having 2 Scout Sentinels with autocannons kind of joining in. These aren't the actual autocannons from the kit. These are actually second-hand. I picked these up as a bargain. £2 each. £2 each. £2 each. And then I basically added an autocannon on from the heavy weapons team, because I kind of preferred that to the shorter range one. I've given, these are the old Scout Sentinels. But I picked them up from Warboot and Element Games. And so I just did a bit of chopping for £2. I couldn't really go any problems without chopping into it. So that's, yeah, so I've got 2 Scout Sentinels because I wanted something which got auto cannons on, so I don't really actually run anything apart from las cannons and heavy bolters and whatever's on my tanks in my army. So yeah, this is a little kind of nice, boom, there you go. So yeah, that's 2 Scout Sentinels. You'll see I'm creating bases for them, so because I've not got the big bases, my models are on city bases. I've put them on these just kind of, and then added like old bases underneath to make these tiles. So I just need to add some plastic card in there, and then add the gravel in, and you can see some crates there. So yeah, I'm expanding the army now. So this is now the next section. So I've hit 2,500, or 2,000 painted, should I say even. This is now the next step. So you've got these guys. There's the commissar, who I'll show you now. He is lovely little conversion, again from parts from Warboot. Kind of got these sprues from someone who's selling them 50p, lovely chap, and literally he sold me, this guy has cost probably about 75p, not even that, because I got 50p for the sprue with that on there. Same for the Cadian kind of command sprue, the arms for Cadian command sprue. The hat is actually from, obviously, if anybody knows Imperial Guard, it's from the Bulgarins and Ogrins set. It's not Dead Dog's kind of Voxcaster on his shoulder. So what I actually did is kind of chop that up, trim the sides in. I thought for Moon Chaos, Traitor Guard, I like the idea of a menacing, gas-masked, kind of undead, essentially, not undead, but like kind of traitorous looking commissar. So I've kind of filed the thing off. Nork will be very annoyed with me. But yeah, so I mean, he actually is brilliant. And he got the pistol on there as well, so kind of he's got his cane, that very regal look. He's got the backpack on to kind of go with like the whole theme of my army being like veterans and kind of urban warfare. And so the base itself is taken from the kind of one of the sprues you get for the city terrain, what they build now, and then I just shave that down because again, that was, I think that was 2 sprues. It was 50p. And like that included this, so I was like, well, screw it, I'll use this and make some really nice kind of heroic scenery base of my own. So yeah, he's on a 32mm base. Now next is so in the past I've had my kind of my veterans have been kind of carapace armor, 4+ carapace armor, they're the 4+ save guys. But I didn't want them to be all that unit, so they've been using the Genestealer hybrids as the models, base models for them, because I quite like the idea of these guys being a bit kind of warped and stuff. But then I wanted to go down a route of like forward sentries. So previously, my old guard army was a red theme. I had quite a few different units, so I have some Steel Legion in there. And I had some Valhallans, and I really like the idea of them because my army is based on snow. I've got like 10 Valhallans to kind of enter the foray as my third troop choice. So, I mean, these guys, as you can see, they were painted kind of partially. There is only 9 here as well, you'll notice. I think, wait, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, yeah. So there's only 9 of them. They will be forward sentries, so they'll get that special rule of kind of the infiltrate, things like that. The idea is that these guys will be painted up white. They're red at the moment, but they're white. In future kind of short videos you'll see of them. And basically these guys will be there in these kind of camo cloaks because it's kind of like, the idea is that it's snow, so they'll be covered head to toe in it. Urban snowy warfare, kind of greys and whites mixed in there. So it's going to be really good to have these guys kind of included in. I've always liked these models, and again, it'd be a shame to not use them now. And so these will be the third troop choice joining the army. And then finally, let's just, because they're not painted, so who cares? Finally, now this looks like a horrific model at the moment, but I promise you it won't be. It is a Chimera chassis which looks beaten to shit. Now, this used to be an Orc truck I made years ago for my old Orc boys, the Bad Moon army. And now, that's the old part, that gone. This is now going to become, as you can see, with some plasticard, my very own Wyvern model. I really like the idea of making my own. I didn't like... don't get me wrong, I like the model, I just don't like the price of it, admittedly. So yeah, this is being a bit cheap. There's still a lot to do with it, but I quite like the idea of this kind of like multiple cannon thing. So let me pull. So the idea is these will be the cannons on the side. So essentially it's going to be something mounted there, and you kind of get the idea of like there's 4 there. I know there's only 4 shots in total, but it's kind of like the idea is that it's kind of like boom, twin linked, boom, 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 and like, so that's actually just made from tank centered parts and stuff like that. So I'll clean them all up. That's a bit of plasticard tubing in there as well. So that'll be, obviously that's twice of them either side. I'm just still trying to figure out how to make this unit in the middle, and obviously this will be cleaned up as well with kind of like a kind of little hatch there with a kind of commander in there, and I need to find the other side of this, and I've got that side, but I don't know where this side is, and that, hello, oh no. So yeah, I need to sort that out, but yeah, there's a lot of cleaning up to it, but this is, again, like I say, this is the next step for my guard army. Like I've hit that pointage, so these units are that kind of add-on, really. Excuse me. So you've got a HQ, you've got a fast attack, you've got a heavy support, and you've got a troop choice. Elites, obviously the last elite unit I had was my Bulgarins, so, oh, not the camera, was the Bulgarins. So yeah, I thought it'd be quite nice to kind of throw in these units to mix things up and allow me to up that list extra more to what it is at the moment. And obviously the grander the painted host, the grander the army will look in the end for me. So keep an eye out, as I'm going to do post-up videos now for these. Last year I didn't really do any update videos, and I'm ashamed of myself doing so. But as this channel is more going towards the wargaming side, I see a lot of people more interested in that kind of stuff I'm doing, so this is what I will be doing now. Yeah, there'll be the occasional computer game on there, things like that, Rocket League or anything like that, but this will obviously more focus on the wargaming side because you guys like it by looks of things, so I appreciate that. So yeah, keep an eye out for what's coming up soon. This has been kind of the little guard bubble, and I'll show you soon what I've got to finished. Cragum Out! Whee!